Sometimes moving on from a past relationship or even letting go of an ex could prove to be quite stressful and difficult. So today in this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can try to do that without getting too hurt in the process. I am Biaki Adam Sufodiama. If this is your first time watching my video, please subscribe so you can stay updated with future episodes. The first step is acceptance. You have to accept that the relationship is over, like it's no longer there. All right. Sometimes when we get into a relationship, we hope to move it forward into maybe getting married and having children and stuff like that. But sometimes these things do not happen. Someone could just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm no longer interested in the relationship. So what do? Are you going to kill yourself? No. So after the relationship has ended, you first of all have to accept that it is no longer there. All right. You let go. That's the second thing. Let go. This is not a time to start being clingy and just trolling your ex on social media, following them up and down, knowing where they've moved to, maybe in a situation where you were living together and your ex has moved out of the house, and then you start just stalking your ex, wanting to know who he or she is now dating. You want to know where the person is living now and a whole lot of that. No. You have to let go. See, let me tell you, to be very honest, keeping up to just trying to continue to get in contact with the person, know things happening in the person's life and a whole lot of things like that is going to mess you up. And the earlier you realize this, the better for you. You need to get active, like go out there, talk to people, make friends, connect with your friends, talk to family members, whatever it is that can just keep you busy. Are you schooling? Do you have a business you're running? Are you working? Whatever it is, come up with new projects. Visit places, create new memories that are different from what you people shared together. For instance, is there a favorite place that you used to love visiting together? Now you're single, you're no longer together. So you can just visit that same place alone, or if it is too much for you to bear, you can even go there with your friends and family members. All right, just do things that you people used to do together that you're no longer doing anymore. All right, you need to get interactive with people, talk to people, get active, improve yourself. All right, is there a spa? You need to pamper yourself, get out there, watch movies, read books. Anything that could just take your mind off the fact that you're no longer in the relationship. You need to do that, because sometimes just dwelling on the past, beginning to ask yourself, what if, blaming yourself, beginning to question what exactly happened. What if this relationship had continued? What if I didn't snap at him? What if I didn't check his phone to know that he had been cheating on me? What if I didn't walk out of the relationship? What if, just asking yourself so much questions. What if, was it meant to be, and a whole lot of things like that. It's not going to help you. Seriously, it's not going to help you. So you need to just immediately snap out of it. Get yourself together. Get a hold of yourself. Go out there. Mingle with people, okay? Okay. First of all, let me just make this clear. I'm not in any way trying to say that these things are easy, okay? It is easier said than done. But the fact remains that this relationship is no more. You've parted your ways, okay? So you still have a life. It's not going to be easy. You're not just going to go to bed today and wake up the following morning to realize that you've gotten over your ex. No, I'm not in any way trying to say that. But the fact is, now those things are no longer. All right? You're no more with the person. Sometimes someone could just wake up one day without even any fault of yours, walk up to you and say, yeah, I'm no longer interested in this relationship. You're not my ideal partner. Now, this is someone you probably were in a relationship with for years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And in that period, you could have gotten married. You could have settled down. You could have seen someone better. But simply because you thought that this person was the ideal person, that this was the person who claimed to love you and really did so, that was what you thought. And so you settled down with that person, not knowing that tomorrow he or she might just wake up and say, I'm no longer interested in this relationship. Or maybe sometimes things had been happening and the signs, the signs, sometimes the signs are always there. But love is blind, so they say. And so sometimes it's easy for us to just overlook these signs. Okay, you've noticed that the person is no longer communicating with you as he or she used to. But because you love the person, you just let it go. You've noticed, for those who maybe were staying together, that this person is keeping late nights, and sometimes the reasons do not even make sense. But when he or she tells you, yeah, this is what happened, you just believe without asking further questions. Sometimes the signs are always there. In fact, most times they are always there for us to know that this relationship is not going far, but we just choose to overlook them, or maybe intentionally or unintentionally not just see them, even when they're staring at us right there. So we have to always be active, okay? We have to always look out for those potential threats, things that could just make this relationship not last, okay? I'll talk about that in some other video, but for now, let's stay on the topic, okay? So now, what are those things that you love doing, but maybe when you were with your partner, you couldn't get around to doing them? Do you love attending dance classes? Do you love to do exercise? Do you love to read? And maybe those times the person was just like, that sort of attitude when someone doesn't even support what you love doing. Okay, now is the time you have to do those things now and do them with so much passion. Remember, you're doing this to try to just let the other person go, but at the same time, you are doing what you love doing, which is very, very important. You are doing things that actually make you happy. You understand me? So now is the time to put in your energy, time, and resources into things that make you happy, things that just make you glow and glow and glow. You understand? So now I call this point the good versus bad. All right? Good things about you and bad things about your ex. Write down as many as you can. It's very important, okay? What are those things that he or she did that you never liked? What are those characters, those traits that you never even liked, but because you love the person, it was easier for you to let go? Now is the time to list them now. In fact, if you can list up to 100, if you can list up to 1,000, whatever it is, just write them down. Keep on writing them down. When you mention one bad thing about your ex, you write down one good thing about yourself. Okay, now when you sit down and you compare these two, then you know and see that indeed you are far more better off than that person in your life. If there is a new skill you have always wanted to learn, now is the time to do that. Okay, so get out there, go online and just browse topics you love, things that make you happy, things you are interested in. Learn them and just get your mind busy, okay? Because if you're idle, I tell you, it can mess you up. Some people have actually committed suicide because of a heartbreak. And it's quite unfortunate. It's crazy to think about it, but it happens. Sometimes you're not even able to pull yourself together. I mean, people wake up in the morning, for the ladies, they cannot even brush their hair, they cannot even put makeup on. I mean, they're just like, what are they living for? But it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to. Sometimes when it seems as if it's going to get out of hand, you can even talk to someone. You can talk to your sibling, you can talk to a friend, you can talk to a relationship coach, you can talk to a counselor. I mean, whatever it is, do not keep everything down. Or you could just get a book and just to write down things. Look at it this way, like let's say as you're writing those things down, that those thoughts are leaving your mind, okay? Begin to build positive energy. You understand me? Yeah. So you begin to just like sit down and write a whole lot of things. I mean, I don't even know how to say this. Like these things, you cannot understand it if you haven't experienced it before. I'm telling you, walking away from a past relationship, sometimes it can just drive someone crazy. You see someone, they're at home, they are depressed. They cannot eat, they cannot drink, they cannot just do anything for themselves. And you ask, and then you realize that this person has just suffered a broken heart. And you're like, what? How can you just allow because of a man? That's how to put it. Sometimes for the women, they're like, how can you let a man decide your life? How can you let a man ruin your life? How can you let a man affect your life in so much dimension? They don't know what they are talking about. And so you do not have to be angry with them. Just keep calm. All right. You know, you are the person who is wearing the shoes and you know where it hurts you most. Okay. So just try and get active, get interactive. All right. Do things that make you happy. This is very important because at the same time you're also building self-confidence. Okay. So after some time when you feel like you're up to it, maybe you can just love again and move on. That's it. Let it not be that because of a past relationship you're like, I'm no longer interested. I'm not going to date anyone again. I'm not going to love again. Or you go into a new relationship pretending. I mean, you bring in the baggage of your past relationship, maybe because of how your ex have treated you, and so you end up treating this new person like that. No, you're just going to end up making matters worse. That is why it is very important that before you go into a new relationship, you have let go of the past, like totally. You cannot go into a new relationship with the baggage of your old relationship. You cannot go into a new relationship with the thoughts of your ex. It is going to actually do more harm than good, and it is not the best solution. It is not the best practice. So the earlier we let these things go, the better for us. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, please, I'm begging you, do not go trolling your ex on social media. If you have your ex pictures, now is the best time to delete them. If you had printed photos of both of you together and just decorated your room with it, now is the best time to take those posters off your wall right now. If you have text messages you guys had always exchanged, you have emails and stuff like that, you better delete them. And try as much as you can to avoid your ex. That we can be friends. I definitely and really kick against it. I'm not into that. It's either you stay or you go. But hey, whatever works for you. If you think that you can actually stay in a relationship with your ex or remain friends, you can do that. If you also want to go back to your ex, if you feel you have forgiven your ex and you're ready to go back into a relationship with him or her, fine, whatever works for you. But hey, always remember sanity of mind above all. Do things that will give you peace of mind. Not just out of pity, not just out of, oh, man, this relationship, I had been in it for 5 years, I'd been in it for 7 years, and now my ex called it off, but now he's back and he wants us to move things ahead. And so you're like, when you think about how you're just going to lose out on 8 years of a relationship, you're like, okay, it's better I settle down. After all, I don't know how the next person is going to be. Yeah, you do not know how the next person is going to be, but hey, believe me, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be extremely careful on the decisions that you make concerning that sort of things because they can make you or break you. All right, this is where I'm going to end it for today. Remember to subscribe and like the video, leave a comment, and please turn on the notification button so you can always know each time I upload a new video. Till I come your way next time, I want you to be good. Be strong. You've got it.